Tribal versus the Horde, I mean.
Yes, exactly. So what can we say about the Group B? Actually, we got Zeroed and Promi, which are both at the first place with 8 points.
Yeah, we can definitely say that the group's gonna be interesting because there's still a chance that one of either the Horde and Promi doesn't go through if like one of them has a bad run here with the other AIs and Yggdrasil does really good, for example, or even Tribal does.
Yes, yes, and there is absolutely no guarantee actually for the Horde and Promi to reach the semi-final. They really need to have some good match in this Journey 4 because the last one will be Promi against Zeroed, and at least they won't be able to get the 4 points all together. So each point gathered in the Journey 4 will be quite important to be got.
Yeah, these AIs are still so close to each other. I mean, what are the games left? I think Yggdrasil has a really good chance here to against Untitled and against Daedric. Those are probably good matchups for Yggdrasil to gather a lot of points.
Yes, so, yes, that's true.
Because
yeah.
Promi plays with the Horde, if just one of them has a bad game there and doesn't have a great game as the other in its other game too. So, for example, if if Promi like loses 1 or 2 games to Daedric and then it doesn't do that great versus the Horde, then the Horde could go through in first place and Yggdrasil in second.
Yes, exactly. Yep. Well, and it's almost the same for the Horde. I think the Horde really need to win against Tribal at least.
Exactly.
Yes, at least 3 points would be something good for the Horde.
And Tribal also has the easy game versus Unfestival left.
Yes, yes, exactly. So the Horde, yes, you're true. The Horde really need to beat Tribal right now because against Promi.
Yeah, we already saw Tribal and Yggdrasil doing really good. Tribal doing really well versus Promi, and Yggdrasil actually beating Horde 3-1. So that's why Horde and Promi are relatively close to Yggdrasil and Tribal on the scoreboard, and they still have their hardest game in front of them, while Yggdrasil and Tribal have easy games in front of them, especially Yggdrasil. It's gonna have two more easy games left.
Yeah, but
a lot can happen.
Yeah, I think Yggdrasil won't get 4 points against Daedric. So, but yes, Yggdrasil really need to.
Might not even need to.
Yeah, exactly. So during this this streaming, I think I'll try to explain a little bit more why. What about the behaviors of Tribal in certain situations?
Yeah, that would be interesting for me as well because I haven't really followed Tribal a lot lately. I know you've done a lot of work on it over the last couple of months.
Okay.
When I think of Tribal, I still can remember the early days, like half a year ago, or even like middle of last year when I came back to the scene. That when Tribal just had a lot of problems, which it was really undeveloped. It just had a good skirmisher flash, and after that it was really bad. But
yeah,
I do think Tribal has made a lot of progress since then. Like I said, I don't know exactly where it's at now, but it's definitely a lot better overall.
Yes, I think yeah, Tribal used to have many bugs. They are really less than before, but yes, one bug can be critical and can happen still sometimes.
Yeah, especially if all the AIs are as close as they are in this group, considering their scores, then one bug can decide the outcome of the group.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tribal improved about the team games thanks to a big work, and I was helped for this by Felipe, which tested many times my AI.
Felipe is really great. If you're a scripter who just updates his AI a lot, does a lot of work on it, then Felipe is just gonna be there testing it every single release and just doing a lot of test games, and that helps active scripters, especially active scripters. I think that's what Felipe does. He just sticks onto the most active scripter, the most active AI in development, and just tests the shit out of it, and that really boosts your progress if you're an active scripter anyway. That's what he did for me like half a year ago with Illuminati, and that's what he's doing for you now with Tribal.
yeah, exactly. And it motivates a lot. And yeah, we really would like more guys like Felipe, because it's really help to have someone who like what we are doing and to help us that way. So do you have my IP already?
Yes, I got it.
Okay, so settings are already prepared, so I think we can start. Let me check. Okay, you are alone as a viewer
We
actually,
don't have
but
any viewers yet.
I guess people will come.
I will actually. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna set up a YouTube account for AIScripters just so we can get all the VODs up on YouTube as well because it's good. YouTube definitely has a lot of exposure for the recorded videos, a lot more than people watching VODs on Twitch. That's for sure.
Yes, that's true. Exactly.
And
I
yeah,
yeah I forgot about it, and I didn't post anything in YouTube related to this Davis Cup season 3. But in fact, maybe 3 or 4 best streaming deserve
yeah,
to be hosted on in YouTube at least.
yeah. That's something I'm really sad about the Davis Cup 2 that we lost most of the VODs because they weren't saved on Twitch. They're just gone. And those were a lot of great games.
Yeah,
Anyway, also another thing is that on Twitch, like on our live streams, we get between no and 20 viewers at max.
yeah.
So if you put it on YouTube, you're definitely gonna get a lot more exposure out of those AI games.
Exactly, thousands and thousands of viewers. Okay, so
Millions.
if you're ready, I can start.
Let's do it.
Okay, let me check if all is fine about the yeah the streaming is okay. The score is fixed. So let's start.
Wait, did you change the title?
Yeah.
Okay then, let's go.
So let's go. Tribal against the Horde. First game 1 versus 1, and it will be a China's war. Okay, what I just changed after the game against Promi is the strategy selection in 1 versus 1. I deleted the crap strategy selected by my Saracen.
Yeah, the Man at Arms. Man at Arms
Yeah, man
Flash.
at arms, because it really don't work against the most evolved AIs.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will go pure skirmishers, and I think that as Chinese it might go 2 stables and knights in Castle Age.
Okay. Well, that's definitely an option. Yeah, about the feudal strategy, it's definitely true that this skirmisher flush is without any question Tribal's strongest point and has always been. So it's very good to rely on what you're good at. And on the other hand, also what you said about the Man at Arms flash, it's not really good in the current meta game between those AIs. Man at Arms aren't that strong unless you're Goths. It's also Illuminati, when I first made more feudal strategies, it did Man at Arms with more civs, like it did it with Aztecs, with Japanese, but I just removed that and only do it with Goths now because it's not that good a strategy.
Yeah, yeah,
And one thing that we can say about this game already, what's always important with Chinese is the start. Like if you have to find your sheep quickly if you don't want to have a lot of idle time. And it
yes.
looks like both of these AIs had a really good start. So I don't think any one of has really a disadvantage here. Both of them had a great start. I think they're about even.
Yes, in fact, I was looking for the tribal start because tribal had a terrible start against Daedric in the first game, and the second game against Yggdrasil was the same. Against Promi, tribal had a good start, but a very bad strategy. So the start here looks really good. So
For both AIs, though.
yes, for both
You can't really
AIs.
say that anyone has an advantage already. And I did see Horde scouting with sheep actually.
Oh yes, yeah. Okay, I did try to use Duke and at least to make my ships explore. It's it wasn't bad, but for the tournament I preferred to uh, to, to 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 keep it
Yeah.
out of
Play safe.
my
Stick with
scripts.
what you have. Yeah.
Yeah, to prevent some critical bugs. But
because really scouting, the DOC scouting at this point of user patch isn't great because you can't check what's explored, you can't check whether you can pass to a certain point. So DOC scouting at this point is really just it can never be perfect at this point. It's really always just you have to get lucky, and it will always be suboptimal. But with the upcoming user patch update, it's gonna give you a lot of more options for AIs. Basically, the thing is with user patch 1.4, we can already do so much, so we focus on the things that we couldn't do, and now all those things are being added, like being able to detect what's explored, what's not explored, being able to detect whether you can pass to a certain point, and even being able to detect elevation, being able to wall properly. There's so many new things that basically just it reduces the amount of things that you can't do, which were already pretty low in user patch.
Yeah, it will be amazing to have those so many options offered to us for next updates.
It's gonna be big. It's gonna inspire a lot of scripters to do a lot more work though. Even if they feel like they kind of hit like a plateau or a skill ceiling with the AI in 1.4, just 1.5 is gonna add so many more options, and it will definitely take a lot of work to implement all those things into an AI, but they just increase the skill cap for AIs by so much.
Yeah, and I heard that Scripter prepare some surprise, no? Because I heard him saying that there will be one or two more things related to the AI scripting, and he didn't tell exactly what will be the new options, but
but the things we already know are already so fucking huge that it can only get better at this point, basically.
Okay, just I forgot to use SpeedEck. It's kind of slow, so I'll give me a second.
Okay, so Tribal did have a bit of a problem at the end of Dark Age for some reason. It didn't have enough food to click up yet, so it had maybe 30 seconds idle time in its TC for some reason. Oh. So Horde has one villager more and is still faster up the feudal age.
Okay.
Despite doing its trademark slow feudal with 27 villagers.
Let me check. It found the 2 boars. It lured deers, so yeah, it's strange.
Definitely wasn't the start. I think it found its like 5th to 8th sheep relatively late. I think that might have been it.
Okay, the Horde used to reach feudal around the 12th minute, so it will mean that Tribal will get feudal later. So it's okay. It's almost the same time.
It's about the same time. Yeah, but Horde has one villager more. That's definitely gonna have a bit of an economy advantage.
Okay.
I mean, so Horde has one villager more. Yeah.
I see that Tribal already found the Horde. It looks like the same for the Horde, just actually it found Tribal.
Horde has a problem though. It doesn't have enough wood to build 2 archery ranges. It even built its barracks relatively late. So yeah, it's gonna have its second archery range is probably gonna be delayed. While Tribal has already 600 wood, it has more than enough. Maybe Tribal didn't build a mining camp yet, but it doesn't need to because it goes pure skirms anyway.
Yeah, I see some wolves attacking the skirmisher for Tribal. 2 wolves, 3 wolves.
There's like a spot in the middle of the map where there's 2 wolves stacked on top of each other and then the 3rd one nearby. So whichever AI attacks first might even take some casualties to those wolves.
I think that this tower is not great because it's a little bit back, and maybe the skirmishers can disturb the villagers without being hurt by the tower. I don't know, it's a feeling.
Anyway. Yeah, but they still gonna. Yeah, actually, they are gonna withdraw just at the edge of the forest, so they're not gonna attack the villagers. So those skirmishers aren't really doing anything. If they would just go in, they could definitely cause a lot of idle time, and not take that much damage because they are skirmishers that they have a lot of pierce armor.
Yeah, it's massing just, and when it has
the problem is
20 skirmishers, it will ignore the tower. So
Okay, so that's at this point right now. So it's a bit late. It could have done caused the economic damage earlier. The thing is that Tribal was making pure skirmishers and Horde was focusing more on archers. So I do feel like Horde's gonna have a really good castle age time if Tribal doesn't manage to do a lot of damage here.
Yeah, but we are playing the 18 minutes, so I think that around the 20 minutes, Tribal should be able to start to hurt a little bit the economy of
All
the
of the
Horde.
villagers being forced off the lumber camp from Horde definitely delayed it a lot. It caused a lot of economy idle, but yeah, and Travel's still keeping up the attack. I don't think Horde can really defend very well here. It's using its scout, so that's good at least.
Yeah.
If Travel would just push the attack right now, it could maybe do more damage and cause a lot more idle time, which it's doing again. Just those forward farms, all those villagers going idle again. And, well, that tower is in range, so now Horde will probably be able to defend. But it did, yeah, like I said, Tribal cost already a lot of idle time from Horde's economy. So that's really good. That more than makes up for it going skirmishers instead of archers.
Yeah.
Tribal is actually gonna have a lot faster castle age time now because Horde's economy is really disrupted.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
Many villagers are.
That is great stuff from Tribal. Huge advantage already.
Yeah, and only one lumber camp for the Horde because the other one is.
Is forward, yeah.
Yeah, is forward.
It's building a third one now, but villagers are still going to the first one and still being idle. And same with the farms there in front of the mill and even in front of the TC because there's nothing to defend for Horde here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the villagers is just going idle again and again. Even if the skirms don't manage to kill the villagers, it's just so much idle time being caused.
Okay, the third lumber camp for the Horde is in good position.
It's alright.
Yeah, it's alright. Well protected because out of the view of Tribal.
Tribal's up the castle though. And Horde is far from it. Horde's economy is in shambles.
Okay. I think Eagle Revenge would have loved to play this game because because the gold is back for both of the AIs. Did you watch the games between Illuminati and Eagle Revenge yesterday?
Yes, I watched all of them.
All of them, okay. Well, it was too bad. The 2 versus 2.
The 1v1 was that was really a weird game because ER had a huge advantage at the early game. It had like a 2 villager lead in Dark Age, and on top of that, it had like multiple chances to just outright win the game in early Castle Age, in early Imperial Age. Even when Illu had a really hard strategy switch, it had a lot of opportunity to win the 1v1 in that game, but it didn't. It was just lacking so many things. If it just had one of the multiple features, even just one of them would have sufficed to outright win the game. Either withdrawing from TC, or what was it? I forgot what the other ones were, but there were at least 3 little features that each one of them individually would have just won the game if it had them, which most AIs do.
Yeah.
And as you said, Tribal is making knights from 2 stables in Castle Age, so it's not gonna make more town centers early on. It's just gonna focus on its military, and that's not a bad choice because it's so far ahead already. Horde now clicked up to Castle Age, but it has no chance of defending it.
Yeah, I'm surprised because I saw the Horde making 3 archery range in Feudal,
yeah,
and I see only
before.
2.
Okay. I saw that before in another game that it for some reason made 3 archery ranges. I think you almost never need 3 ranges in Feudal Age unless you're either Mayans, in which case 3 ranges is good, or it's just a very long feudal war.
Yes, exactly. And at least the Horde don't like much the long feudal wars because it optimizes the economy to research castle fast.
Because AIs don't have good unit micro, it's just you do want to get your economy going and you do want to get up to Castle Age relatively quickly at 25 minutes, 26, 27 at the latest. Because if you don't, then your enemy is going to have a huge advantage because you're probably not going to be able to do a lot of economic damage if your enemy has even just a single tower to defend. But yeah, this game is over.
Yes, it looks like. Okay, the first ram is coming at time.
Even just the knights would be enough. They can easily take down the tower with no problems. Horde doesn't have much to defend yet. It has a bunch of skirmishers and crossbows, but it almost has no economy to speak of, let's be honest. No, it can't defend. And the Rams now just gonna finish this off quickly.
Yep. Okay, eventually Tribal will win his first 1 versus 1 in this tournament.
Really? It lost all the others?
Yeah.
Because it is really good in the 1v1s with the skirmisher flash. If it does it. Granted that it does it.
Well, the first game against Dedrick, Tribal had a small bug which was really stupid. The time the blacksmith was on bolts, Tribal didn't train any skirmisher.
Okay.
So it was outnumbered at start, and Dedrick just won because it had like 2 or 3 more range units at start, and it was GG.
Dedrick is also kind of infamous for its skirmisher flash, and was before Tribal. Like both of those AIs just relatively new and both renowned for their pure skirmisher flash most of the time. Dedrick also has an archer flash strategy, but that's not as good as skirmisher flash. Same as with Tribal, because especially versus AIs like Promi or Illuminati, which always or most of the time make a mix of skirmishers and archers. The pure skirmishers can just outright win it.
Yeah, exactly. So they are just building a new town center, but it looks like it has like 10 or 12 population actually.
15, yeah, but nah, this game has been over for a while. Tribal's up to Imperial, has 3 TCs.
Okay, so I didn't detect any bugs this time for Tribal. Good job.
No, it did really well.
Good start.
So despite a bit of a one villager disadvantage in Dark Age, it's just the pure skirmishers. Horde didn't have anything to deal with those. It did have 1 tower, but that's not enough versus a lot of skirmishers. And because in the early feudal age it made only archers, it just didn't have a chance to come back.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm. Okay.
Yeah, Horde's doing it.
It's what we.
I was about to say Horde's doing a juggernaut, but that's second design.
Okay.
GG.
Yes.
Very well done by the rival.
GG. Let me check the statistic. Yes, at least Tribal had its economy fully safe during the whole game, so food wood is better for Tribal.
Yeah, Tribal has been on the offensive the entire game. It didn't take any economic damage whatsoever, and it caused continual idle time for Horde's economy.
Yeah. Okay, hallelujah, Tribal won the 1 versus 1.
Great. And it's already moving in the direction we kind of hoped for to make this group even more interesting than it already is.
Yeah.
Like anything can happen at this point.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe even Daedric and Yggdrasil, Tribal and Yggdrasil making it through. Is that possible? Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure it would happen anyway.
For all? Come on. I mean, really, Yggdrasil has such easy games and Tribal already winning the 1v1 versus Horde. The thing with Horde is really, really strong in the 3v3, 4v4, especially the 4v4.
Yes,
like
4v4, it's incredible, yeah.
I can definitely say that Horde is much stronger in large team games than in 1v1, and it's also much better in late game than in early game.
Yes.
So the bigger the game, the better Horde will perform on average.
Exactly. Okay, so all is fine. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let me check just. I'm curious to see how many viewers you got actually.
It's gonna get on YouTube. We're gonna get millions, mate.
Okay, 3 viewers. You are one of them at least.
And Gag is the other.
Okay, let's start. Second game will be Viking and Hans.
Alright, Vikings and Huns. Very good civs, definitely, but they're mirrored, so we're gonna... The Vikings and Huns, they're really relatively standard civs. They're not gonna do anything crazy. They're gonna play standard and Tribal definitely has a good chance in this one as well because 2v2 is so similar to 1v1. It's just two 1v1s.
Yeah.
And if it's probably it's gonna do a skirmisher flash on both fronts, right? That's what we can expect.
Exactly. Yeah. Skirmishers and maybe well, I know that as hunts it will go two stables and go knight in castle, and as Viking it has 60% chance to go knight 2, or it will be pure range units. I mean crossbows, spear, pikemen if needed, and rams at least.
Personally, I'm not that big a fan of knights in early Castle Age because I prefer to focus more on economy. So it's better to make archers or a cavalry archers and build more TCs instead. But the thing about knights is it's really the more aggressive approach. You're gonna have a weaker economy, but you have a huge military advantage in early Castle Age if you can press it.
Yes, you're true. But I think that when I have always in my mind that most Promi, the Horde, Illuminati are better in late Castle Age. So tribal really need to be really aggressive early.
Yeah, they are better in late Castle Age because they go crossbows and economy.
Yeah. So tribal used to focus really more on the army in early Castle Age. So the knights are a good option.
It's definitely good at making the metagame more interesting between different AIs, that not everyone does the same. So we have the standard AIs like Promi, Horde and Illuminati that just play standard and a bit more conservative and focus on their economy more. And then we have Tribal, which is really, really aggressive. That's always makes for interesting games if those two playstyles clash rather.
Yeah. And I think Dedrick is maybe close to tribal. I mean, the Dedrick pockets are very aggressive in early Castle Age in team games, and it will go more skirmishes in feudal than the AIs you just told. What's your feeling about it?
Yeah, definitely. Daedric is relatively similar to Tribal, as we already outlined with those new AIs coming in and upsetting things with skirmishes. Even in Feudal Age, it's the same story as we talked about the early Castle Age, where the knights are the more aggressive choice. In Feudal Age, the skirmishes are the more aggressive approach because most AIs also make archers, and archers are the best for your economy. So against the more conservative AIs, which make archers to have a better economy and go up to Castle Age faster, the skirmishers can just beat the army and press their military advantage to do damage in Feudal Age. And that worked out really well already in the 1v1, as you just saw.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just check the Feudal Age times. Blue Horde going up on 27 villagers again, so classic Horde slow feudal. Exactly the same for red, 27. And Tribal a lot faster. Green already now reaching Feudal Age with 24. And yellow just one villager slower. So 24 and 25 villagers for Tribal. Both of them will have a lot better Feudal Age time than the opposing Hordes.
Okay. So yes, in fact I see Tribal Gulster going already to archer range, and same for the green one. And yes, you're true, blue is okay just right now. Well, anyway, it's not surprising they are used to reach feudal with 27 villagers.
And again, the same thing happens as in the 1v1. Despite having a very slow feudal age time, both of the hordes don't have enough wood to build a second military building. Actually, blue is going for scout rush.
Oh yes, exactly. Yeah, one stable. Yes, that's interesting against the skirmishers, and
it has so much wood though. It has so much wood, and I don't think it built enough farms. I'm not sure about blue's prospects here. The thing is, those scouts are definitely gonna be great against the skirmishers, just in a straight up fight. But Tribal did scout the stable and is making spearmen now, of course.
Yes, exactly. As soon as Tribal detect one stable, it will go on arches.
Yeah, that's just a logical choice, yeah.
Yes, and at least spearmen. And I got already one villagers going on gold, and it will switch for arches.
That's just a recurring theme with Horde. It has a lot of flaws in the 1v1 early game. There's so many of them, and they happen in almost every game. Like a slow fuel age time,
Yeah.
then economic problems in early fuel age, like not having enough wood to build a second archery range right away, despite having a slow fuel age. Like there's just so many things with Horde that just make it weaker than the average AI. That's why Horde has so many problems versus newer AIs in lately. Ever since, I don't know how long it's been happening. Ever since I've been in the scene, at least.
I think what you said at start was really true. I think the Horde is incredible in team games.
Yeah, it's
Three
definitely great in
versus-
team
yeah,
games
in-
and the late game.
Yeah, in 4 versus 4, yeah, the Horde is pretty strong, and I'm always surprised when I see that Barbarian keep beating the Horde in 4 versus 4 because the Horde is already pretty strong.
Okay, so both tribals are on the offensive as we predicted, and Blue did
is
not
it-
even
yeah.
ungarrison, or did it?
It
No,
doesn't.
did
It doesn't
not.
have food.
It doesn't have anything. It has almost 2,000 wood. It didn't build any more farms, so that's a critical bug here. I don't know what's happening. It's even taking deer from a mile away. It didn't build any more farms. There's some critical bug going on here, and I have no idea what it is. But Horde, even more problems here.
Yeah.
Jesus, and on the other side, yellow was winning as well. Because again, the Horde red one was making archers as well, while yellow was making pure skirms in early feudal, so it won the fight outright. Also because tribal, of course, as we said, had the faster village time and had Horde didn't have enough wood to build its second archery range, so that was delayed as well. So already tribal pretty much won the game.
Yeah.
God damn it, Horde.
Yeah, it's really sad for the Horde, especially in this game. I saw one issue in the previous journey. I don't remember who was the opponent of the Horde. Oh, it was Yggdrasil, no? Yggdrasil the Horde. The journey.
Which game?
Journey 3.
It was, yeah, Horde was Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil won 3-1, actually.
Yeah, I remember that the issue I detected is the fact was the Horde didn't explore quite good and used to find only one opponent.
Okay.
But I didn't know that the Horde could have that kind of bugs which we are viewing actually.
Yeah, Summer Archon lost the plot with the Horde's development. It just dropped off so much compared to the newer AIs in Feudal Age, and especially in the 1v1s. Okay, so seeing as the game is pretty much over, there was another thing I wanted to talk to you about Tribal, because I just noticed it again. The player names for Tribal, are they just... I do know that Tribal Warriors was the name of your clan.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think all those names were actually players, your teammates, right?
Yes, yeah. And Gulster is one of my best friend. He's Pakistanis, and
Okay.
I tried to teach him to script. He made a small AI, but very weak. He never posted its creation, and well, I wanted to honor him with giving him the name for the tribal playing as Hans.
Yeah. So Tribal, the Aztec Tribal is Malatesta, which is your name,
Yeah,
or was your name at
it's
least?
me. Yeah, it's me.
And
Exactly.
then there was Turks, Angelina Jolie,
Yeah.
who I've definitely seen on AOC Zone multiple times, and he's about a 2K player, I think, on Ruby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he improved a lot. He left Tribal two years ago, and he joined a clan from Netherlands because he is from Netherlands, and he kept improving, and now in fact he is 2K player. And yeah.
So is the Tribal clan still alive?
Almost. There's still some players playing sometimes in Woobly, but the most are inactive actually.
Okay, so just kind of summarize the first two games here. Like this one was just even more decisive than the 1v1 on both fronts. So we had, because the 2v2 is basically like two separate 1v1s in the early game most of the time, and that's how it turned out this game. Like, it's basically been 3 1v1s, and Tribal decisively won all 3 of them. and all extremely quickly. So Horde having huge problems in early game, and Tribal just showing how strong it is in that situation, just punishing you because of how aggressive it is.
Yeah, and what I noticed that that's a strange way of tournaments. Tribal lost his wall 1 versus 1 and won its wall 2 versus 2, so it makes no sense for me.
Well, it's just kind of random. I guess that could just as well have won the 1v1 and lost the 2v2.
Yeah.
They are pretty similar. Then as soon as you go to the 3v3, 4v4, it becomes more different. Like the 3v3 is like halfway between the 2v2 and the 4v4, while 2v2 is almost the same as the 1v1. And 4v4 is just completely different because you have 2 pockets, and that's so different. You can even lose both flanks and still win 2v4 if you just do a really strong boom and maybe have a massive pocket.
Yeah, exactly. And the interesting part of the 3 versus 3 between Tribal and the Horde is the fact that Tribal as pocket will just focus on the closest enemy.
Yeah.
It will never try to help the far.
Its own flank?
Yeah. And
Wait, so does Tribal always attack, or does it actually also help its flanks?
Oh, it will attack. And when it's not in when it's outnumbered a little bit, it will try to go in front of its ally to help him. But the most of the time it will focus on the enemy and try to attack.
So again, what we said about Tribal, very aggressive.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now Horde again doing a bit of a juggernaut here. Should have resigned long ago.
Yeah. Do you see how Blue tried to go close to its ally, step by step, with some buildings here and there?
What Blue did this game wasn't even funny. It bugged so hard. It has 6,000 wood. I mean, it has over 6,000 wood.
Look at this table. I want to see how many scouts. Oh, many scouts.
6. Okay. It has 6 scouts from basically the very start of FUH. It started making scouts, it made 6 of them, and it never ungarrisoned.
Okay.
Just
now let's see what is the behavior of those scouts. Very strange.
I mean, we all have. Okay, here we go. We are kind of used to Horde having a slow start in 1v1 2v2s, but we're not used to seeing Horde bug critically like this. This doesn't happen often, and I've never seen this bug in Horde. No idea what happened there. It must have been something like it doesn't build more farms before it researches some eco research, and it didn't have enough food to research those upgrades.
Oh yeah, maybe.
It might have been that. That's what I was thinking when I watched it.
Yeah, maybe. And at least five farms only.
Okay, here we go then. Horde might be eliminated from this group. It's still like the last game is gonna be the hardest one for Horde versus Promi.
Yeah, exactly.
It's actually kind of funny. We didn't see Horde play versus Promi in Davis 2 because there were so many AIs in the group stage, was so spread out. There was like even in the second group stage there were still 4 groups, I think. So the best, or even 8 groups. Was it 8 groups?
Oh, 8. Yes, I think it was 8 groups.
So the 8 best AIs never even played each other in the group.
Yeah. Well, there was 8 groups and then 4 groups.
Yeah, 4 groups exactly. And yeah, so the 4 best AIs, they were just each in their own group, so they could only realistically meet in the brackets in the playoffs. And yeah, and then that's why Promi and Horde never met, Illuminati and Barbie never met, and Horde and Illuminati only met in the match for place 3 because we decided last minute to play that match.
Exactly, yeah. It's funny to see in fact that some AIs, the top AIs, can never meet each other.
So I don't really know how the matchup between Horde and Promi would play out. I don't know how these AIs do versus each other. I would imagine they're relatively equal, but I would still give the edge to Promi, especially in the 1v1 and 2v2.
Okay, so I updated the score. Everything is ready.
And we're gonna jump into game 3.
Yep. Game 3 will be 3 versus 3. Tribal against the Horde.
Already 2-0 up. This is just devastating for the Horde. That's a really good chance that it doesn't make it out of the group.
So we got Chinese, Britannic, Mayan versus.
Okay, does anyone have a Mayan in pocket? Is the question.
Okay. Oh, both Mayan pocket.
Both of them. God damn it.
Oh.
Okay. Does Tribal do an eagle flat? Is the question. Does it?
Oh, wait. You said that Mayan are pocket?
No,
Both
you said that.
sides.
No. I was asking.
Ah, okay. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, they aren't. But Horde does. Horde has it in pocket.
Yes, exactly. But it won't. I think it won't boom.
No,
It
I
will
don't.
go
I don't think either.
arches. I think.
Oh,
Arches.
that's really bad. That is really bad.
I'm not sure, but
I honestly have no idea what it does in pocket with measure sieves. But if it goes for crossbows, then that's extremely bad from the pocket because of how slow they are. They're not gonna have any impact in early game.
yeah. At the same time, yeah.
So yeah, I guess Tribal is just gonna night rush with any sieve as expected.
Yeah.
So it's Britain, so really no reason not to night rush. So the flanks we do have Chinese and Mayans for Tribal. The Chinese. Let me check if it had a good start actually. Yes, it had an average start, as many villagers as anyone else.
Okay, it will be Chinese versus Chinese in the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
It's like the 1 versus 1, same civilizations. And at the top it will be Mayan against Britannic, which is quite fair, I think.
Well, we already know that Tribal has the edge in early game versus the Horde, and Mayans are also red on field age because the biggest Britain bonus, which is the range bonus, only starts kicking in Castle Age.
It's pretty hard to see which ally my pocket will help, because yellow and purple looks to be really far from red. Maybe I would say that yellow looks to be a little bit closer than purple.
Look at red. Red Scout is bugging.
What?
Red Scout. Look at Red. Red Scout is just.
Oh damn! He's trying to get those ships. Oh yeah.
It's trying to jump off a cliff, mate.
Oh, it can be a real problem. Did it already find the resource? I mean, boars, for example. It looks like it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Oh,
holy shit!
God.
Wait, where's the second boar? Oh, that wasn't the same spot. No, it did not find them. It definitely did not. And the scout barking is gonna be.
Yeah, because
really,
it's trying to get the ships, and it looks like he's blocked.
Yeah, it's stuck. I don't know what's happening. It seems like it's moving back and forth in the same spot, so it's not like it's trying to access a point that it can't reach. It looks more like a brute force thing, where you target the cliff. Maybe that's what's happening. It might just be bad DOC. That looks like a bug to me, honestly.
Yeah, but I keep thinking that okay, thanks God, the villager made the job.
God damn it, Tribal. Yeah, it didn't find either of its boars. That's gonna be bad. It's definitely gonna delay its fast castle a bit.
Yeah,
it would probably hurt more if it happened to a flank, but it's still bad.
Yeah, because it anyway it will go to research feudal with 20 knight villagers.
No, even more. It's already on. After this villager is gonna be on 31 pop, so it's gonna have a relatively slow, more like a 1.0 C fast castle for AIs. And Teal, let me take a look at Teal. Teal, yeah, was 2 villagers faster at least. No, even more. I think Red had some idle time as well. So 2 villagers and even more time. So Teal's gonna have a much better castle age time. And I'm really interested to see what Teal's strategy is. It's building an archery range, GG.
Yeah, exactly. It can be
exactly
really
what
important.
you said. If it goes for crossbows,
it goes crossbows. Look, it goes one archer range, so it will be crossbows. But if red is really delayed by its bug, everything is possible.
Blue's
I think.
Blue's crossing.
Oh,
Blue is crossing.
it didn't find. Oh, it will
No,
find.
it
It will
did.
find now. No, it
It did
didn't.
find it. It did find it, but it's still going towards
Yeah. Okay.
towards yellow, because yellow might even be closer. I
Oh,
think.
look at the lumber camp of yellow.
Oh, that's
It's-
a bad llama camp itself, and now all those builds are going to go idle too, and green
Oh.
attacking at the same time. Yellow's in big trouble. It's not going to get a tower up either.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yellow's in trouble.
It's
And
turning
now,
pretty bad for yellow.
now blue's switching to purple.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's what I noticed.
It didn't. It just found it a bit late. Yeah, you're right.
Well, it's hard to say because I keep seeing skirmishers going at the top of the map.
In my mind, this game's already over with Teal going crossbows. I don't see how Teal can have a lot of impact here.
Well, I think Teal will really need to be really aggressive because as soon as my flanks has elite skirmishers,
How
it will
are you
be
gonna
GG.
go aggressive with crossbows from the pocket? They're far too slow, mate. And yellow already is basically dead at this point. There's still the blue villagers causing half the villagers to idle from one side of the town, and green attacking from the other side. So every single yellow villager is idle at this point.
Just
And
look at the number of farms from purple.
purple.
If you compare the number of farm of
To
purple
blue, yeah,
with,
compared to blue.
with blue, at least it went arches, but I think so.
No, it's not even defending. It also had a bunch of idle time caused by blue's early attacks. It didn't even try to defend versus that. Now Tribal isn't doing any more damage, but it already has the economic advantage even on that flank. So Tribal already won both flanks, and its pocket has a much better strategy.
Yeah, but the brigade is so slow.
It doesn't even matter at this point, because
don't know.
Teal is basically doing nothing. It's gonna be, I mean, it's gonna boom, sure, but those crossbows are useless almost.
It's
Or just
booming,
gonna
but
come
I
far
think
too late.
it can work.
No, it can't. It definitely cannot work. This game is over.
I don't know.
I'm telling you.
I keep in mind that the Horde is incredible in late games, so
Not enough for 3v1. Not enough for 3v1.
okay. Eventually, blue is officially attacking purple with a small advantage thanks to the hill.
It even has the hill there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No. No, mate. There's no chance for it. No way now. Now it's finally sending out its crossbows to yellow of all people. No. I don't see a chance for Horde. I gotta be honest.
Oh, it looks like green is GB. Would it be because it's already researching Castle Age or not? Look
Yes,
at green.
it is. Yes, it is. And blue is also close to clicking up castle.
Okay, what about purple?
Purple. Nope. Nope.
Oh,
Not even
look
close.
at teal. Look at teal. Teal
Yeah,
is going
exactly.
on green.
So let's see.
it
Those
can-
are pure crossbows, so they can lose the skirmishes. Yeah, luckily for the Horde, all the skirmishers are attacking yellow at this point.
Yeah.
And also are red knights. So those teal crossbows can do a bunch of damage here versus green.
Yeah.
Green garrisoning the TC, and it doesn't look like teal's gonna do too much damage. Yeah, definitely causing a lot of idle time. Now green is withdrawing all its army to help defend here, so teal at least caused a little bit of disruption here. And yeah, actually green now is starting to attack again. Splitting his army. I don't know what's going on with teal's army. It seems to be unsure of what to do here. Anyway, it's up to Castle Age. It's still in a much better position than yellow. There's no question about that. And blue now going full aggressive versus purple. Purple is up to Castle Age, but blue is lots faster already up, going for knights now.
Yeah,
And those knights are gonna be big.
Yeah. What I can say about blue is its units are retreating because it is researching elite skirmishers. Yes, it does have already, so it will go back to attack. And green keeps maintaining pressure on yellow. And okay, red has +2 armor, so
It's just for the flanks from the Horde. It's been the same story as in the 1v1 and 2v2. They've just been on the back foot from the very start of the game.
yeah.
And yeah, red has now enough knights to basically finish off yellow. killing all the villagers around his TC that didn't garrison. Has both of the armor upgrades, doesn't get bloodlines of course, but it's Britons, yeah. So still that's more than enough to take care of yellow, so yellow is out of the game. And now blue also has the knights to take on purple on its own and finish it off. It already had the advantage there from early, and now it's gonna push that one as well. So yeah, it's gonna turn into a 3v1. And Teal, how's Teal's boom? I mean, I don't expect Teal to have any chance in the 1v3, and its boom isn't even that great. Sure, 3 TCs, but not that many villagers.
Yeah, because
Teal has less villagers than red, mate. Despite going crossbows instead of knights.
Really?
Yes, that's how bad it is.
Okay, this is strange.
I don't know what's happening, mate. How is Horde this bad?
I think it's maybe because of its last update.
Was it? Did it get updated recently? I think it did.
He did update like one week ago, I think.
But you can't just make your AI worse and worse. How is that possible? That's like, not even brute force gets worse.
But anyway, it was this version against Yggdrasil.
Yeah, and it lost versus Yggdrasil as well.
But it was the same against Unfirsteel. The Horde won 4-0 against Unfirsteel.
But Unfirsteel is definitely below Yggdrasil and Tribal in its skill.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can definitely make out some overall trends for AIs here. I would say that without any question, Yggdrasil and Tribal are AIs on the rise. They're ones to look out for in the future. They've been getting a lot better over the last couple of months, and they are now really, really good at challenging top AIs.
Yeah, now Tribal can. Yeah, you're true. Can be a good challenger.
And we can kind of say the opposite versus Horde. Like Horde's been declining for a while, especially in comparison to the newer AIs, which keep getting better. I don't know.
But maybe it will give motivation to Archon to work again on the Horde.
Maybe. I don't know. It didn't happen last year. When the same thing was happening with Illu kind of overtaking Horde. And I really hope he finds the motivation again. The thing is, the Horde has been in development for I think 10 years at this point. So he probably would need to either make fundamental changes or even start a new AI. And I don't think he has enough time to do that. I don't think he has enough time to invest, or maybe even motivation. I'm not sure. He has been at AI scripting for almost 15 years.
Yeah. I noticed that at this tape of the game, 38 minutes, none of the AIs are already in Imperial Age. So they're all focused a lot on the.
Red is almost Imperial, like 20 seconds, 10 seconds.
Okay.
And Teal didn't even click up. It's not gonna either because it doesn't have enough resources. It doesn't even have any army left to defend. It's already been overrun. GG. So every single tribal player outperforming its Horde opposite.
Yeah, but I think the 4 versus 4 will permit to the Horde to show something.
I hope so. I really hope it doesn't have the same problems. I mean, it's Horde. I would never in a million years predict Horde to lose a 4v4 versus Tribal. But after seeing this game, I'm not sure. This could be a 4-0 stomp for Tribal. And these games have been incredibly one-sided, you have to admit. I did definitely not expect these to be so clear-cut in Tribal's favor. Like, Horde didn't even put up a fight, it seems.
Yeah, I could tell about all my tests, the Horde against Tribal, especially the 4 versus 4, but anyway, tests don't show anything compared to the tournament, so I think that the Horde should win the 4 versus 4.
Well, in theory, it should have won the whole matchup. In theory. But we're way past that now.
Okay, so red in fact is Imperial teal isn't, and green is Imperial Age.
Yeah, I mean teal has clicked up, but
Okay.
green was already there. But I mean, really, it doesn't matter. We already. Yeah, I'm so surprised that Horde doesn't even have a good strategy from Pocket as Mines. Like going crossbows is so bad. It's hard to think of anything worse. Just going straight boom would be better. Even if you don't do an Eagle Flood, if you just like boom on 40 Cs, it would still be better.
Yeah, it's what Tribal
Anything
do.
would be better. I don't know. You couldn't even do a scout version be better. I mean, it had a worse boom than the Britain Pocket from Tribal, which is a Night Rush. How is that possible? That the Mayan one going crossbows has a worse economy than the Britain one going Knights. How is that possible? I don't know.
I know that Promi, for example, love to go play marches as Mayan Pocket.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing. Because the thing with plumed archers is that they're definitely faster than crossbows, and
Yes.
you can use the castle to defend, or maybe even defend your flank, and have a lot better boom because of that. Because you don't have to invest that much in military, so you can kind of almost full boom, just a bit of investment in castle, and the plumed archers don't cost much.
Yeah.
I think even though the castle drop from the Mayan Pocket still isn't a great strat, it's definitely better than crossbows. I think in human games it's very popular to go castle drop in plumes
Exactly.
because you can drop the castle on your flank and help out your flank that way.
Yeah. Okay, so 3-0 for Tribal Warrior before this ultimate game, the 4 versus 4. It just means, if you look at the bracket, it means that actually Tribal and Zero have the same score. Oh no.
Tribal already has more.
Okay, 9 points for Tribal, 8 points for Zero.
Let's remember, this was the game we predicted to be hard for Tribal, because its last game is versus Unfair Steel, the weakest AI in the group.
Yeah,
I think Tribal is almost set to make it out of this group at this point.
maybe I really don't know, but because there are so many parameters. I mean, Daedric against Promi, Promi Zero can change a lot. Yggdrasil can be really dangerous, as you said. So it's pretty hard to.
I gotta be honest. In my mind, Horde is already checked out. Like it's like, yeah, it's been like if you think of some famous person who's already been, who's had a great life, has been incredibly famous, incredibly successful, but now he's like 80 years old, had a stroke, can't even get out of his bed. It's basically just ready to die at this point.
Okay, so I'm making the settings.
Oh man, I'm still in shock. I can't believe how one-sided these games were.
Okay, I can say thank you, Felipe. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Felipe.
Okay, everything is ready. Horde against Tribal Warrior, 4 versus 4. Are you ready?
Let's see if Horde can at least show us what it's capable of. Even if it already lost the series, even if it probably won't make it out of the group anymore, let's at least hope we can remember how good Horde was.
For a second, my screen just failed. I'll just restart it. Okay, that's fine.
So here we are. The civilizations this time are Byzantines, Celts, Vikings, and Japanese. So no Mesocivs this time.
Yeah.
I guess that that might in a way even be good for Horde, because it can just do its standard night rush from the pockets. I'm not gonna see any stupid crossbows.
Yeah, exactly. And let me check. Oh, Zero as Celt Pocket can be pretty strong. So let me check if in fact.
Definitely.
Okay, it's Byzantine and Japanese as pockets, so it means that the Celt will be flank. It's a red one, I think, yeah.
And Tribal does have Celts and Japanese in the pocket. Celts definitely the best pocket civ without question in this matchup because it's by far the strongest late game civ, yeah? Because of its insane siege mainly. I don't know, does Tribal utilize siege with Celts?
Yes, it will go prioritarily siege rams at least, and wood raider, and then it will go siege onagers.
Okay, so yeah, that's definitely a lot better than what Yggdrasil does with Celts.
Viking against Celts at the north of the map.
Okay, I think I need to ask you at this point, which AI do you think will make it out of the group, Yggdrasil or Tribal?
Well,
because remember,
if I could choose, I would say Tribal at least because it's my main AI.
Because both of these AIs are in such a great position here. Tribal already winning this game versus the Horde and having its game versus Unfair Steel ahead of it, and Yggdrasil having its both of the games of Yggdrasil are versus the two weakest AIs in the group, which are Daedric and Unfair Steel. So both of these AIs are in a great position. It's just a matter of which one farms more points, and maybe it could even end up in a tiebreaker.
Well, imagine a tie-break between Yggdrasil, Tribal, and Promi. It would be great.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And it would be a 2v2v2 this time.
2v2v2. Yeah. Team free-for-all.
Yeah, exactly. It's a difference with Davis Cup Season 2, which was basically a 1 versus 1. Oh, look. No. Okay, I thought that the red scoot was buggy.
It is.
Yes,
it is buggy. God damn it. That's Horde now this time. What's going on? Horde, so many bugs. I can hardly believe how many bugs Horde has.
Yeah, it didn't bug.
What is up with that scout? And did he just miraculously add bugs in this latest update? I mean. Okay, so again we see Tribal as on its flanks. Purple has a very good field age time on 24 villagers, and Grey on the other flank will have a 26 villager up. So that's probably still going to be faster than the Horde because Horde likes to go up on 27. And actually Green going up on 26, and Red, yeah, going up on 27. No, 28 even. So really slow field age for Red.
Okay.
So on each flank, Tribal is going to be 1 to 2 villagers ahead again. I mean, yeah, just in fuel age time. I mean,
you remember I told you that against Yggdrasil I noticed that the Horde had problem to find the enemies, but in fact it's maybe because of the bug with the scouts. Yeah,
that's possible. Did that scout bug just appear on this version out of nowhere? So it hasn't even scouted a single enemy yet, I don't think. Now it's at least starting to explore.
Yeah, yes, in fact, I think Red didn't find Grey.
It has not found a single Tribal yet. None of them have.
Whoa. Well, I think Archon really need to go back to its previous version.
Yeah, I think so. I think this version is not stable at all. Okay, Yggdrasil did find both flanks. So it can, Tribal, I mean, so it can go aggressive again, as they used to.
Yeah, especially if you see Grey and Red, they are very close.
Very close, yeah. And here we go. And there are even the villagers from Red, just in the middle between them. The villagers are actually fighting back. I mean, it's versus skirmishers, but still, that's like boss tier villager aggression. Boss likes to fight even crossbowmen villagers. At this point, no, those villagers aren't just idle, they're gonna die too.
Yeah, Red is attacking with 2 villagers.
Yeah, villager rush!
Villager rush!
God damn it, Horde, what's going on?
Okay, Purple on the side is starting to attack, and okay, it will meet the gold of Green, and Green is attacking the skirmishers too, maybe because it's outnumbered actually.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing, exactly the same thing, sending its villagers. The villagers are chasing the skirms all the way back to Tribal space.
Yeah.
Like, they would if the purple villagers would go back, but they're just killing the purple skirms. No, they're just killing the villagers because why not? On the other side, they did actually chase back to tribal space. That's insane.
Okay, so now I think it will be important to check what the Horde's pockets will do.
Yeah, it looks like just standard night rush from both of them. Yeah, 2 stables from both Horde pockets. And actually, Red did manage to defend in the end because it made pure skirms itself, also as a tower.
Yeah, so, exactly.
It did manage to defend well, but it lost those 3 villagers.
Yes, already,
for no reason. And on the other side, purple is winning and causing a lot of eco idle time. And here come the first Teal Knights.
Yeah, Teal is coming. It will keep attacking the small army of red and probably will go to attack the tower. Yep.
There are oranges knights. Did orange send? Yeah, it's ended already. Okay, so both tribals, the night rush also being faster than Horde's one. Horde still has all its knights garrisoned for both pockets. So again, it's slower in all aspects. Every single player being slower than the tribal.
Okay, yellow eventually ungarrison its knights. And look, yellow is crossing the whole map to go on grey. It doesn't help green.
Okay, I have to check Horde scouting again. Nope, it did not find grey. And so that's why didn't find grey.
Okay.
I didn't find purple. I mean,
yeah,
didn't find purple.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't find neither purple nor orange. So that's why it's crossing again. Yeah, bad scouting from Horde, like you already noticed in the Yggdrasil games.
Okay, as you can see, Teal is camping in front of the...
Yeah, now blue finally going on the offensive. It has a few camels as well, which of course great as Byzantine because they're cheaper, and camels from pocket can be an option because you can expect your opponent's pockets to go pure knights. So the camels are gonna be really good in that confrontation.
Yeah.
And especially the Byzantine ones with how cheap they are. They don't get bloodlines, but the price more than makes up for it. And it does look like, yeah, red attacking at the same time, so that's at least good coordination here. So
yes.
Yeah, grey is actually in trouble. So despite a really slow start from every single player, Horde is still managing to do well in this game. Like you said, really good in 4v4, despite having a slow start.
Yeah.
And on the other flank now, yellow also helping out with a lot of knights. Same thing as on the other flank, yellow and green fighting together. Both of their armies in the same spot.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. It's something I didn't really work about for my tribal. The coordination in the attack, which is pretty important in the games. It's probably something I work about.
It's also something that's not really easy to do, but it can be done definitely. At least a simple version can be done. Like if your flank's attacking and you have the same target player, then you might just as well attack too.
Yeah.
That's the only thing Illuminati does. But still, yeah, really good coordination from Horde. That's for sure. So despite having a much worse start, it's still actually, you could say it's winning this game at this point, because even though red and green took a lot of damage early on, now gray is basically dead because of how good that attack was, that coordinated attack from red and blue.
Yeah, Teal is trying hard to help the Teal, and it permits Grey to survive.
It's down to 35 pop, doesn't have much economy left. Okay, so is everyone up to Castle Age? Let me check. Yeah, no, red isn't.
Yeah, red isn't. Purple and grey are Castle Age.
Red is about to reach Castle Age though.
I just noticed that purple as Byzantine will go full range units, skirmishers and crossbows, because it just built a third range archer
and also
range.
making just the spears to counter knights too. So that's definitely just making trash is always good for Byzantines because of how cheap it is. There's no reason not to make trash with Byzantines. And yeah, red, despite having a bit slower castle age, it has more villagers left than gray after the attack on gray. And on the other side, let me compare green to purple.
Yeah.
They're about the same. Purple just has 3 villagers more. And actually, while I'm at it, let me just compare all the pockets too. So yellow has 100 villagers already, by far the best boom here. And blue isn't far off. So no, actually the same. Teal also has 100 villagers, and purple and blue, orange and blue both at 90 villagers. So same boom strength from the pockets. But
Okay.
because well, what we saw from the Horde was it didn't attack right away with its pocket knights. It just held them back for a few minutes and then attacked with like 10-12 knights at once. So that was definitely one strong attack as opposed to Tribal's quicker attack because it attacked with its first 3-4 knights.
Yeah.
I don't know which one is better, but both of them definitely have its merits. Like Tribal already being aggressive definitely managed to do more damage to the flanks than it already did. But then Horde had the stronger attack just a bit delayed.
Exactly.
And now the same thing that happened to Grey is happening to Red on the other side here. Now Teal with a lot of knights itself raiding Red's economy. So really, the two flanks on the northern side of the map have definitely taken the worst of this fighting at this point. They're both been damaged a lot.
Oh, look at yellow, yeah, which is doing a very good job on.
It's attacking the pocket.
Yeah,
and purple
exactly.
At the same time it's attacking green. And I think purple is gonna win this fight versus green. And this is going back. Okay. Well, yellow's knights are now retreating. They did do a bit of damage to purple and orange there, it seems. Now I don't know, they're going back to space actually. They're not even helping green, it looks like. That's bad for Horde.
Yeah, I think it's because it's trying to help green, in fact.
No, it's not. I mean, it's destroying its units to its own base. Or yeah, it is. It didn't even help green. And green lost its fights versus purple. Now purple is attacking again. Green doesn't have anything left to defend. Now the yellow knights are coming again. So the yellow knights can probably take care of purple's army, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, on the northern flank, let's see again. Now gray is has recovered. It's making units of its own now again. It's still on 1 TC, I think. Yeah, gray is still on 1 TC. But it's attacking again with the help of Teal as well. So Teal's knights just going into the base while the red's army is distracted by grey.
I think yellow and orange now are Imperial. Both of the Japanese.
No, okay, one pocket from each, yeah. Those were the ones having the good boom, I think. Those are good. Actually, all 4 pockets are already in Imperial.
Oh, I didn't see that
yeah, I missed that too.
Teal was 2.
It has Cavaliers, so not the best units, but if you already have the knights, you might as well upgrade them.
Yeah, exactly. When I got many knights survived in early Imperial, it will go at least Cavaliers. And it's a good option if you see Red Town, because Cavaliers are doing a very good job.
What the hell happened to Yellow's army? It apparently didn't manage to beat Purple's army, so Purple is still attacking green.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't check.
And red is being obliterated now. Fuck this, I can't speak. Okay, so yeah, gray also making knights. A ton of knights and cavaliers on the northern flank. Red's dead. So on the northern flank, Tri will definitely turn it around, winning again. And on the southern flank, it's also winning. Tribal, really good job. Really good job.
Oh, look at blue, which is coming by the middle of the map with 2 rams.
Yeah, but not much to support them.
Yeah, there is no support.
It has Arbalests, it has Pikemen.
Yeah.
It's Byzantines, okay. Let's see if it's gonna go for Cataphracts or something crazy here. Yep, Cataphracts.
Okay, what I can say is Teal has already its Elite Wood Riders coming.
Nice. So Keltron did switch to a better unit composition finally. We have Elite Votes, fully upgraded actually.
Yeah.
Making some rams as well. I'm really hoping for some more siege here. Yeah, but those votes are really good especially because they're fast. The problem with siege from pocket is that it's just slow to arrive.
Exactly, yeah.
Speed, but the vote raiders are much faster. So they're gonna have a big impact now arriving, fully upgraded. They are much stronger than champions, like 20 more health. And yeah, they're gonna make a difference here. Like Red's town is gonna go down fast, now also with the Rams arriving and a lot of knights already there. And now on the southern flank, Horde managed to stabilize, like the yellow is helping out a lot now. It does have a lot of crossbows, it has a lot of halberdiers, it has some heavy scorpions as well.
Yeah, yellow is doing a very good job because it is saving green, which is I think
Yeah,
researching Imperial actually.
But it's not gonna matter if Horde just outright loses the other flank. Red's dead now, now Teal's moving on to blue. And blue doesn't seem to be ready to defend quite yet.
Yeah, I don't know where is the army of blue actually. I see camels. Wow.
Yeah, it built a castle and started making cataphracts. And other than that, well, it is Byzantine, so I'm assuming it had a lot of trash, and all that trash got wrecked by the votes.
Okay, green is Imperial, but at least it will turn 2 versus 4. I don't know.
Well, gray and purple aren't exactly strong. So the three remaining hordes are in a good position, but it is 3 versus 4.
Yeah.
So if they don't finish off purple quickly, and if they don't manage to defend blue, then Tribal could finish this game quickly here. But I think Horde still has a chance at least.
If you see, purple went elite cataphract, which can be really helpful. I don't know how much cataphract are good against arbalest.
Not good, not great.
Good, but there are some halberdiers from orange.
The thing is now Grey is also being in a great spot. It had a lot of time to recover. It's now finally going up to Imperial itself, and purple is just an Imperial as well. So now both of the tribal flanks are also fully recovered. They are both fully boomed and an Imperial. So it's really a full-fledged 3v4 now. Tribal also even managed to turn around the fight on the bottom flank. So now it's just outright winning, and blue is being overrun. Yep, it didn't manage to defend there. 1v2, no chance.
Oh, green economy is really hurt, actually. Look at
That's
green.
That's fucking insane. If before this game I would have told you that Tribal would win 4-0, would you have believed me? You wouldn't have believed me. There's no way we would have expected this. This is insane.
Well, I knew that this group B would be absolutely amazing because I need the potential of Tribal, but at least it needs, as I said before, there are so many parameters which makes that it's really impossible to say if Tribal can win 4 games in a row against the Horde.
And that's just one thing, and that's completely disregarding Horde's performance for a minute here. I did say before we started these games that I didn't know much about Tribal's current state. Now I will have to say that I'm very impressed by Tribal. It's really, really solid now. Not only is it solid, I didn't see any major bugs from it. It played really, really well, and it played differently than the established AIs. Like, it's the first AI that plays an aggressive style almost flawlessly. Like, that's a really great fresh win to the AI community that we have in a pretty new AI that has a different style from all the other established top AIs, and it pulls it off well. And it beats Horde 4-0. I mean, I'm very impressed. You've done a great job with Tribal, I have to admit.
Thank you, Aleph. Well, it's 1 year, 1 year full work to make it that way.
And it's paying off. It's paying off, mate. That's a great feeling, right? If your AI is doing well after all the work you put into it. Here we go then. Now Tribal is just waiting to finish off the game. Blue has fallen. Now green is being slowly finished off. It's just only yellow left, and it doesn't have a chance for before.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I'm surprised by purple, which has it doesn't have arbalest already, or
Purple is actually doing it. Purple is doing a promi. It has elite cataphracts without the armor upgrades. It's doing a promi.
Yep, I think there is a small problem in escrow I think it's because it
doesn't
was
have to go.
hurt in a moment, and the screw just failed because of it.
Not that it matters at this point. That's the second minor bug we've seen from Tribal in this whole series. The other one was just a scout bug. But yeah, overall, extremely great performance from Tribal. I'm really impressed.
So
This
this group. Okay.
Here
GG
we go
Horde.
for
GG Tribal.
very well done, Tribal. This is insane, man. This was amazing to watch. Just how far Tribal has come, how great it is now, with even a bit of a different playstyle, just a pure aggression in comparison to the more standard conservative AIs, and really the fall of the Horde as well. It has fallen so low from where it was just maybe 3 years ago. God damn it, Tribal. Now Horde still at 8 points, Tribal already at 10, with 1 game left for both.
Yeah.
And Horde has the strongest opponent and Tribal the weakest one. I think Tribal, I don't know, still Yggdrasil also has 2 easy opponents. But I do think, unless Yggdrasil also has like perfect runs versus Daedric, I think Daedric can like win maybe a game versus Yggdrasil, or maybe even 2. So I think it's more likely now that Tribal makes it out. Tribal in top 4, can you believe it?
Well, I hope it can happen, but at least with this 4-0 against the Horde, I can hope right now. But well, if you see, you're true about Yggdrasil. I think Yggdrasil against Infersteel and then against Daedric can give him maybe, I would say, 6 points, maybe. It's pretty hard to say, but I'm very confident about Promi against Daedric.
Yeah, Promi against Daedric, yeah. So Promi will probably make it out of the group.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be probably a Tribal most likely, but it's not 100%.
If in fact the Horde play the same way it played against Tribal, I think Promi can really win 4-0 against the Horde.
This one single game turned like the whole group around. It's just insane. Like Horde, we did expect Horde to make it out of the group, of course, but it did have a really bad performance here. And Tribal, like I honestly didn't think that Tribal had any chance of making it out of the group. I think Yggdrasil did have a chance. I did not think that Tribal did, but it's doing it. It's fucking doing it, mate. Amazing.
Yeah, after 3 ties, 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, I was like, oh my god, it's so yeah.
And versus Horde too. It's not like a 4-0 versus Unfair it's a 4-0 versus Horde.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, guys. Thank you for having watched those games.
I'm just gonna say I'm gonna make the AIScripters YouTube account because that game needs to be on YouTube right now.
Okay, maybe tomorrow because it's kinda late for me. But well, I can do it at least for more and more viewers.
So yeah, this tournament is turning out great. I have to say, especially the groups did at least go as predicted in the sense that Group B is very close, and we are seeing like it's very unpredictable as well. Like these games, they can go any way, either way. Any AI can basically 4-0 any other AI, and Group B is great. It's crazy. And on the other hand, Group A is very clear cut. We have Barbarian still unbeaten, and then like it's still Illuminati and Juggernaut.
Yes, exactly.
There's almost no chance of Juggernaut coming out ahead of Illuminati because, yeah, I mean both AIs still have to play Barbie. That's true, but Juggernaut, Juggernaut only has 1 game left. Yeah, and the other game from Illuminati is versus Minionat. So I still think Illuminati will make it out of that one. And of course, as predicted, we have Tron doing extremely badly in Group A.
Yeah.
Because Tron really is only good at 1v1 Mongols. It is bad with every single other civ, and in any other setting than 1v1 it's also bad.
Yeah,
So
because
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
yeah, it has an appropriate strategy for any situation
Yeah.
except as Mongol, or I noticed that it plays same as Saracen.
Yeah, with Saracens
Yeah,
it does it too.
in
Yeah,
one
you're right.
versus one. Yeah. So in
No,
fact,
not even one versus one. Even in pocket in the 4v4, it does a flash with Mongols and Saracens. That's just that's what Tron does.
yeah,
Well, and of course we have like Eagle's Revenge and Mininot, which aren't even real AIs, which made it into the group. I mean, Eagle's Revenge made it into the group because it had a ridiculously easy qualification bracket,
yeah,
and Mininot, it just I think Mininot it wasn't even supposed to win its first qualification match. It just happened that the setting of how the AI picks and the team random mirror works, that it was had got a huge advantage versus Boss because it picked all the cavalry civs and Boss doesn't even make any cavalry. So that was also like Mini North and Eagles Revenge in my mind don't even deserve to be in the group stage, but they made it anyway because of a lot of luck in the qualification and how the tournament works. And Tron did manage still to be seeded.
yes, exactly. Yeah,
I think as eighth, so the lowest seeded AI to make it straight into the groups because I think Davis Cup one was 1v1 and Pixel, so it had a really good Davis Cup one because there was just the only setting it was good at, and it just sucks at any other setting.
yeah.
And I don't think it's gonna be seeded in the top 8 in the next Davis Cup.
Yes, at least it's losing many seeds actually. And yes, to conclude, what I like in the group A is the fact that in fact Juggernaut won 4-0 against Tron, so it keeps maintaining pressure on Illuminati.
Yeah, but still, as I said, like Illuminati still has the game versus Mininot.
Yeah, yeah, it will be important.
It
really
could
important.
get interesting if Juggernaut manages to win a game versus Barbarian, but that's still highly unlikely.
Yeah.
Even if it gets a lucky drush, it's not gonna win versus Barbie. Let's be honest.
Well, actually, Juggernaut did 4 good 1 versus 1, good rush.
Yeah, you can't get lucky 5 times in a row.
So let's see, maybe I don't know, but 5, yes,
Maybe.
maybe 5 is too much for Juggernaut. Let's see, especially against Barbarian.
Law of averages here, mate. It's gonna fail eventually. Okay. Anyway, that was a great stream. I'm still in shock. It's gonna take me a bit of time to recover from these games. That was insane. That was pure insanity.
So we got
Tribal 4-0 Horde. Like when are we ever gonna? When did we ever expect to see Tribal 4-0ing Horde?
yeah,
No one expected it.
honestly I didn't expect this. Expect
Not even I expected it.
expect that.
Usually I'm pretty good at predicting things that are like make sense to happen, but people still wouldn't expect them because Horde is such a good AI. But in this case, no, I did definitely not expect this either. I
Yeah,
did not expect it.
especially the 4 versus 4.
It's just yeah. I think this is actually the perfect matchup for Tribal because of how slow Horde is in the early game. This gives the pure aggression from Tribal the best opportunity to punish it.
Yeah, yeah, and winning a side was enough, and at least Tribal won the north and could attack very quickly the first pocket, and then the game turned in a very good shape for Tribal in 4 versus 3. Well, it was very